Daniyar, a 12-year-old schoolboy, lives with his sister and parents in Mukir village, located 10 kilometers from Semey city. The village is small and offers very few jobs. One of the key income-generating activities is farming, mainly cattle breeding, also common in other villages of East Kazakhstan. With the help of UNDP's microcrediting program, co-funded by the Japanese government, Daniyar's mother, Shulpan, could purchase few cows and calves. Shulpan believes that children should study, and she supports Daniyar's desire to learn music. There are several other villagers who received microcredits for purchasing cattle. Maria Enjekenova has bought 2 hybrid horses and hopes her business will grow further. There are many people in the Semipalatinsk region who can and are willing to work. They are good at trading, as once this region was a part of the Silk Road. They have good manufacturing expertise, as the Semipalatinsk textile and garment industry used to service the entire Soviet Union. They are also experts in livestock breeding. But apart from that, the Semipalatinsk region is also home to a former nuclear test site, totaling 18,000 square kilometers. Since 1949, more than 450 nuclear tests were conducted, affecting more than 1.3 million people. The consequences of these tests on the environment, health, and for future generations are still being assessed. Kazakhstan is not likely to overcome this challenge on its own. The population is clearly in need of support. Assistance in economic development is one of the priorities. Closure of the test site coincided with the collapse of the Soviet Union, followed by shutdown of enterprises and overall impoverishment of the people. It is not surprising, then, that the consequences of the tests now are hardly mentioned in Abai village, which is considered one of the most affected in the region. The people complained mostly about the deterioration of living standards, the economic depression and psychological challenges. Nurisat Abdullaeva, Uyghur by nationality, and her family immigrated from China to Kazakhstan in 1962. She has 10 children and 26 grandchildren. Nurisat's daughters-in-law make traditional cookies, samsa and bursaks for selling. But in answer to the question of whether they help her, she sadly says that it is them who need help. Everyone is in dire straits. Despite the efforts of the Kazakhstan government and the international community, the region's population still faces many problems that they increasingly learn to solve on their own. Small rural business development is one of the ways of helping these people. Opportunities to borrow small amounts, even $200 or $1,000 in any village, are very slim. In turn, without financial resources, it is impossible to start up a business. Production of bricks for the local market, opening of groceries, hairdressing salons, public baths, or manufacturing of folklore musical instruments. These are just a few projects which are being implemented thanks to the microfinancing program in the region. You will not find cabbage such as this even in a vegetable garden. It grows with other vegetables next to the flower beds in a schoolyard in Kengibai village in Abai region. An initiative group, together with the school children and under the leadership of the school principal Bakizat Skakova, fertilized the land and arranged the vegetable garden. According to the school principal, vegetables are very expensive in winter. Basically, they are not affordable. But the kids still need vitamins. The school has already been awarded a UNDP-UNV small grant to have a new greenhouse equipped with a stove in case of the power outage, the water system for heating and special lighting. The greenhouse will supply children with vegetables and greens all the year round, and additionally it will serve as a facility for biology lessons. Now the vegetable crop is included in the school canteen menu. Educated, proactive and hard-working people are the key asset of the Semipalatinsk region, which will allow the region to recover with some external assistance. Oras Mohammed was born and has been living for 58 years in Semipalatinsk. He still remembers the test explosions, when dishes would fall off the shelves and they would be told that it was an earthquake. He has concerns about the health of his children and grandchildren. He recalls how he went with his friends carp fishing to the lake next to the test site, a hobby he continues. Despite the fears of the test site, mixed up with the lack of information, Semei city has become a city of the youth. Semei has recently seen a double-fold increase of the birth rate compared to the 1990s, with up to 7,000 births a year. Over 20,000 students from different parts of Kazakhstan and even some neighboring countries are studying in Semei. The Semei Medical University is one of the oldest and best universities countrywide. It is now a new generation of scientists that study the birth defect rates, one of the biggest concerns of several generations of Semei people. Radiation was not the only cause of all birth defects, but due to the limited information, unclear rehabilitation policies and horrifying images reproduced by the media worldwide, Semipalatinsk for many people is a place of mutants, and it will take time to change this perception. The congenital malformations prevention program is clear-cut and includes timely prenatal diagnosis, prevention and intake of folic acid and vitamins. The quality of health service is improving both in the city and region-wide. New methodologies are being implemented. The recent decrease in the birth defects is related not only to the test site shutdown, but also to the huge efforts of academic and health professionals. However, one of the key efforts should focus on ensuring relevant information and raising awareness among mothers, and on eventually changing the public attitude towards reproductive health. The UNFPA's workshops in the Semipalatinsk region focus mainly on modern approaches to family planning, contraception, and reproductive health. The health professionals are really keen on training, as they are witnessing the actual fruit borne by the implementation of the best UNFPA's practices and approaches. Maternity Hospital No. 2 in Semei City has upgraded its operation to make conditions as comfortable as possible for mothers and babies. It is now the midwives who assist during the delivery. The doctors come to help only in cases of emergency. Women give birth in a specially equipped room where they can be with their relatives. The emergency treatment can be also provided on site so that the newly born baby is always with the mother from the first seconds of life. Nurisat is preparing to give birth to her second child. She already knows that it will be a boy. The women in the next door room have also appreciated the modifications. Aygul gave birth to her first baby yesterday. She feels great and hopes that she will have at least 3 more children. Asima has had her 4th baby, and she can compare past experience with the present. In doing so, she finds her last delivery much better organized. To bring up a healthy generation is a huge task for any society, and even more so for the Semipalatinsk community. The earlier you teach kids to take care of themselves, the better. This principle is shared by the staff of the UNICEF-supported youth-friendly clinic. It offers medical and psychological counseling and delivers student-oriented workshops on smoking hazards, healthy lifestyle, AIDS prevention and other concerns from students. This information is particularly essential for the Semipalatinsk children who are affected by the region's high-risk location.
Наша задача его реабилитировать. Реабилитировать. И сейчас в любых аудиториях наши студенты везде, в молодежных движениях участвуют, они более, я скажу, даже приспособлены к жизни, чем здоровые дети. Потому что они знают, что надо все равно пробиваться.
These children need special care. The boarding school has the required facilities to ensure appropriate education, health status, and ways for the kids to fulfill their capabilities and talents. At some point, childhood is over, and children have to live in what can be a cold and cruel world. Rinat Samoilov, who turned 18 on 20th September, is one of them. His grandmother has been taking care of him since he was 6 months old. His parents left for Almaty in the early 1990s and never came back. The boy has an array of diagnoses, including ICP, intracranial pressure, and other health issues. The boy survived thanks to the daily toil and care of his grandmother. He finished secondary school, and the Semipalatinsk Rehabilitation Center contributes to his active social life. The things that he dreams about on his 18th birthday are very simple: to have internet access at home, to get an IT degree, and to buy a car. He published a book of poetry called I Want to Live. Renat's chances to continue writing poetry rest a lot with us and our capacity to help him enter and be successful in that adult life. And he writes wholehearted and simple poetry, which is sort of a reminder to all of us, the adults.
Будет детство,